I'm gonna get down to his level. If it's okay, can I press your waistline? So this is my GPS. I just have to keep touching here so I know where I am, okay? So that's about L4-ish. What I'm gonna do is start at the midline and press on each spinous process. It doesn't matter exactly where, just kind of start at the upper lumbar, lower thoracic region, and you just undulate on each one a couple of times, like 3 to 5 times, a few times. And let me know if there's anything out of the ordinary, any discomfort.
Undulate when you're pressing it straight.
Yeah, pushing
A little bit here?
Yeah.
Well, that one is sort of slightly
Spinous
tender on the
process.
spinous
Yeah.
process.
Okay. Not so much here? No. Okay. So roughly L4 level. And then what I would do next is go into the gutter between the spinous processes and the paraspinals to get into the multifidi. And when you press here, you can use your like a key pinch kind of hand position and use the tip of your thumb and you press and shear side to side, left and right. Press and shear, and you're gonna feel for any nodules or any fullness, or see if you reproduce any symptoms. How's that feel?
That one is not painful, but I'll say nothing.
You okay there?
Slight, I wouldn't call it at all
Mm-hmm.
pain, but as if there's a slight sensitivity.
Right? So, yeah. So now I go down longissimus. I'm just going on the bladder channel. All the trigger points for this one are higher up. It becomes more aponeurosis down here. I go into the iliocostalis, which is going to come down at an angle here. This one's really hard to palpate. You're just looking for something obvious as you cross fiber it. He's got a little tightness there. Nothing too crazy. And then you can check the QL. QL's kind of tough though, so I'll use my thumb just to press down in there because I don't want to hurt my fingers when I do this. And then you can walk your way across the top of the iliac crest because there's a bunch of muscle attachments in here to check. And then you can come back out here and do all the glute medius area, looking for any nodules in this ballpark here. And then if you wanted to from here, you could do like the piriformis. So the easiest way to do piriformis is just cross fiber. If you find like the dimple where the dimples of Venus are, right? So that's usually the area of the SI joint. And then you draw a line from there to the superior tip of the greater trochanter. Yeah, thanks. What time is it? And you draw a straight line. That's the line it'll be on, but you got to come down 1 to 3 centimeters from that line. So it's the rule of thirds. 1 to 3 centimeters, and the trigger points are at the 1/3 markers of that line based on the research. And the first 1/3 marker is the money shot. As you get over here, it's easier to tag the sciatic nerve as the piriformis becomes smaller. But if you're gonna feel anything, as Yanda would say, it'll feel like a sausage there. It's great to think of a sausage in there. So it'll feel like that, round, kind of firm, going in that direction. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that way, yeah. So it doesn't matter how you do that, but for the key really for the radiculopathy is the first 2 things I showed, which was palpate the spinous process, because if that's really sensitive, that's where the multifidi attach, and that's a sign. That's not a spinal problem, and it's unless they have a fracture and they just landed really hard from a jump on their heels, compression fracture up here. That's usually L1, T12, but when they have pain on the spine itself, it's usually because of the attachments of the multifidi. And then when you come off into the gutter, same thing. The next thing you would do though, after you do all this, is now you would do your pinch and roll. And you can do that as close to the spine as you want or off to the side to see if anything's out of the ordinary.
And that's how lightly you do it, huh?
Yeah, you're just feeling the texture of the tissue.
So when it's dense.
Yeah,
that's
there'll be an
where-
area that's like, oh wow, I can't pick that up very easily. Right? So his is pretty good. I can pick it up really well. But then on him, I'd be like, is there a spot that I can't pick up as easily? Right? And it's kind of hard to tell on him. Yeah, he's got pretty good pliability there.